Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. It's time for more Extended Timeline. I'm Nevertheless Calvin, and today I have a webcam. Hi. Mostly because I'm experimenting with new recording methods, so we'll see how this goes. I'm Nevertheless Calvin. Today we're playing more of the Empire of the Rising Sun, where we try and subjugate the Chinese. Which, I mean, this time we've finally, I think, broken ways back, taking out all those blasted forts they had, which were so efficient at keeping me at bay. They really were. Yeah, that's fine. Everything here is okay. And, you know, I'm okay with this. That's technology. We're a bit far behind. I mean, that's sort of a defect. At least we have a straight badass here, who's still 50 years old, but no legal heir. He'll probably die pretty soon. And leave us with complete and total chaos. Call it a hunch. I've been having terrible luck with heirs in the game lately. Maybe Paradox secretly nerfed chances to get new heirs. As a way to buff the increased chance of new heir thing, so it's not just completely useless. Which could in some ways actually be understood. Alright, there we are. Slowly but surely, we're just filling in the last of the cores here. An excellent minister. Well, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Unfortunately, religion's proving like it's going to take a long while to convert everything. We're trying, though. Animist is slowly spreading through the mainland. Which is probably for the best, as we have at least another 300 years before Shintoism comes along and we get a proper reformed religion. Well, at least he has a 6 in admin. I mean, it's hard to complain beyond that. And just Civil War. Yeah, that last province... Ah, fuck, of course, overextension of 11%. Fine. Alright. I think we can live with this level of unrest. I don't think it'll be much of a problem. Oh well. We've lost a claim on a province, that's fine. We slowly work our religious unity back up. And a weak claim. I have a strange feeling that these days, or at some point they changed it so that claims are related in a way to your legitimacy. Which kind of sucks, because when an heir is born, as seen here, legitimacy is this. But, at the time of my ruler's death, my legitimacy will be closer to 50. Unfortunately, it doesn't really affect the heir's claim. So, when he gets back on the throne, he's just going to have another 30, then he's going to have another heir, he's going to have low legitimacy. And it's a really strange cycle, I think, where it becomes extremely hard to get out of. You know, having a constant set of low legitimacy rulers. Similarly, it provides an issue going the other way as well, where it doesn't really make sense. I feel like, in a strange way, the legitimacy of the monarch should act as a sort of gravity to the claim strength of the heir. So if your heir's claim strength is 20, and your monarch's legitimacy is 100, then it should slowly gravitate up to 100. If your legitimacy is 50, it'll gravitate only up to 50. And, you know, the larger the disparity, the faster the gravity. Just call it a hunch. And I sort of feel like that is the best way to handle it, you know? At this time, I'm also using this as a little quick way to load up my Patreon thing here and pick out a name. Today's Patreon will be Grindalus. It's... like, that seems to be the hunch that I have going here. And just sort of my analysis of it. Well, on the plus side, hey, 12 admin points. I've been talking about how we're going to need to get up to Tech 18 and 19, and, well, that's going to help. Combine that with our mass power projection. Are they still our rivals, by the way, or have we eclipsed them? I forget. Yeah, it's diplomacy where you see rivals. Yeah, Wei and Wu. I also took the liberty of finally coloring in all the provinces I want, which is mostly just the trade nodes we talked about in an earlier episode, plus some extra ones to make the border look a little more sane and not jagged horribly. So we have quite an empire to build. Quite the empire indeed. Would it be a good idea to spice it up with multiple heirs competing to kill each other to become the true heir, etc.? Yeah, in a CK2 style system. You know, with the way advisors work, better relations over time, let's try and heal some of these 500 points of aggressive expansion, everybody. I'm sure we can make a huge dent in it that way. Execute the bailiff. What was I saying, though? Yeah, I'd love to see some more mechanics related to dynasties in the game. Doesn't have to be as in-depth as CK2, obviously, but... And you're really having some problems up there, Way. Well, probably doesn't help that, you know, your capital and a chunk of your army stuck there. But, yeah. It would not be a terrible thing. Advancement of the merchant class. Wow, 20 influence. Oh, and hey, we finally accept Han culture. I can say this, about freaking damn time. Also, is it just me, or do they have 9% revolt risk? Oh, okay, technically not 9%. 8.7%, but I'll round in this case. That's fine. It's not a good thing. In cases like this, I feel like dealing with overextension and getting stability restored is the primary concern then. Legitimacy we'll have to live without for a little while, but... 50. Right, the clergy's useless. Scratch that. All my estates are fucking useless right now. None of them have even 50 influence. That's pathetic. But yeah. Oh well, keep pressing the animists. If we can get religious unity up, that helps. Ooh, no longer says Japan a rival. He's no longer a valid rival for Japan. Yeah, that'll help. And also, will no longer be embargoed by us, obviously. Revoke our trade embargo. That's fine. Good. I take it Shu also not a valid rival? We'll see though. My own country? Nope. Only Wei is a valid rival for me. This'll be fine. We aren't going to end up in a civil war here. I'm not too worried about it. A good harvest. 50 admin power then. Wu separatists. Macau? Alright, let's start using these down here since they're the latest conquests. How much of this is separatism? 3.5%. Most of this appears to come from intolerance and the lack of accepted culture. Not ideal. Because those are the things that are rather quite hard to fix. I mean, a little bit of legitimacy and all that go a long way, sure, but... it's just not going to be enough. And we could try and put up with constant revolts, but I feel like there's got to be a better solution. Okay, we can't even raise autonomy in Macau. Because for whatever reason it's already at 77%, probably from things. Most of the region is at far too high autonomy to raise. Not ideal. Raise what we can and try and reduce the revolt risk at least. It's better now. Why did I have to open my mouth and say that it was better? Alright, there's no way we can contain that. It's just gonna have to be a fight. Which makes civil wars all the more dangerous. It's gonna be in our best interest then to just try and convert what we can. Which makes me again consider if I should instead take early religious ideas. +2 tolerance of heathens would be effective -2 revolt risk. That is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. You know? In fact, I'd consider that pretty good. Okay. And I suppose we could start working on roads. This may not be the worst idea. Yeah, local movement speed would be good in event of revolts and all that. There. Southern China, now covered in roads. Excellent. Yeah, unfortunately there's actually no option for the nobility that would increase your legitimacy, which is strange, because I figured that calling the Diet would. That just makes them more loyal and influential. Not, you know... I'd actually think that there would be a way for the clergy to gain the support then, but there isn't. A truce with Wei is ended. Wu Chang. Truce with Shu is ended. Trying to convert where we can. I mean, we have an astoundingly decent amount of stuff here, but I've got to boost the stability rather than technique. Maximum stability right now. Which will further reduce the amount of time it takes to convert provinces. Which is kind of good. It's a highest 16 months. Alright, diplomatic and military techs. East Asian nomad cavalry. They are an improvement. Pretty solid improvement, actually. Pretty solid improvement. I can construct more buildings in those provinces, that's fine. So how many types of buildings are there? There's... Okay. And with this, the fact that they're sectioned off, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 kinds of buildings. That would require a lot of development in a lot of provinces to build that many, especially considering the interface only has slots for 12. So, not every province can have every building. I'm not gonna lie, roads are gonna be cut pretty quick. Even their upgrade version, highways, is pretty useless. As far as, you know, compared to other buildings anyway. Like highways, plus 25%. You know what's better? Railroads. And they provide extra trade power. And mass transit. The bonus is actually reduced here for local movement speed. Interesting. But, I mean, extra trade power, so... hard to complain. The Wu and the Wei are getting pretty uppity here. Okay. Let's see. Ability to suppress. Kind of limited. Yeah. I actually kind of wish there was a button that would just give local autonomy to all provinces with revolt risk. Like, that needs to be a button. So bad. Alright. Let's try and gain control here. Nice and easy now. There we go. There we are. Nice and easy. Alright. There's still the Tong, but there's not much you can do about that. Start splitting up into groups of 2 to deal with these problems. Don't have enough troops for that, but oh well. We'll deal with them. No, actually, you turn around and go there. We do have enough troops for that. Success. You ready for the revolts? Brace for revolts! I'm just looking at the stability policy. -1 isn't really going to make the difference. 2 provinces... 0 provinces. Macau and Nanjing. Nanjing. I don't suppose Macau is. There we are. Alright, so we have actually successfully suppressed the Wu then. Yes? Good. Most excellent. The way... unfortunately a bit trickier. But I mean, we've done pretty good. We got a lot of Han provinces and we'll get more of them, which will aid us. Suddenly the biggest revolting province, not a problem anymore. Yeah, there's a new one. Zhao 0.9%. It's the one currently being converted, if I'm not mistaken. Where would it be? There? Oh, send a troop there. Deal with it. Oh, and Tech 15, don't mind if I do. Good. We're well on our way. We're catching up. We have 44 years to catch up for Tech 18. Which is not bad. I mean, you know, I really wouldn't mind. Let's pause for a moment. Yeah, I guess we'll take 50 prestige. Because you know what I love about Tech 18? So, as expected. Yeah. Okay. And absolutely no remaining unrest. Good. Fortunately, we're still paralyzed and unable to actually attack the way because of our legitimacy. But that's okay. It's probably best if we do lay off the attacks for a bit. Tuck up a bit, you know, take it easy. That's the right way to do it. That is the right way to do it, you know? Oh well. Instead, all technology should have benefits like blacksmith should give production efficiency or something. Yeah, there is actually a mod, I believe, sub-mod for Extended Timeline. Oh wow, whoops. I missed these guys completely. There is actually a submod for Extended Timeline that spreads out the bonuses and stuff, so that way all military techs give you at least like a little bit of land morale, and all military techs give you a little bit, or all admin techs rather, give you a little bit of production efficiency, stuff like that. So that way there are no quote-unquote blank techs. Which isn't a bad idea. Not a bad idea. By any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, that's probably a good time to end today's episode. We crushed another way revolt. We're still, unfortunately, just a little bit paralyzed by this legitimacy. You know, we need to get it above 75, so that way we don't have to worry about the Civil War thing anymore. So this is on a yearly basis here. We're getting it up there pretty good. Thanks to all the prestige and shit we've got. It's not too big a deal, I suppose. It's not too big a deal, and we're generating a hell of a lot of admin power at this point. We'll be caught up in tech in no time. For 18. Still got 42 years before it becomes that. And it looks like our good friends Xianbai have also broken free. Which is nice. And so what remains of the Wei Empire crumbles to ash and dust. The Mongols are free again. Primary culture. In the meantime, how goes Europe? Crete, all over the place. Navarra is probably going to end up forming Spain. Call it a hunch. Gallia has seen better days. As Arianism is now taking over Europe. Arianism and Chalcedonian have breached the British Isles and are converting them as well. It's unfortunately rather much so the end of paganism by the looks of it. Although strangely enough the Hellenics are doing okay. Oh dear. It's never a good sign. Oh well. That happens sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to end today's episode here. So thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Galvin, signing off.